It's interesting to think about how we can turn people who were once so important to us into strangers again. We learn to forget, sometimes even forcing ourselves to forget. But what happens when we become strangers to each other again? In a way, we never truly stop knowing each other. Maybe we have no choice but to see them as someone different in our minds, not the person who knew our everyday worries, our naked selves, our tears, and our deep love for them. When our lives once revolved around someone, they continue to have a presence. Even if all that's left is a fragment of their memory, there are always fragments that linger in the places we visited, the words we exchanged, and the songs we shared. We all eventually find ourselves in the checkout line, hearing one of those songs and realizing that we're thinking about them again. Maybe we never really stopped. Can you truly forget your lover's birthdays or all those first times, both intimate and not? Do your special anniversaries ever become ordinary days again? Can the things you did and the promises you made simply disappear now that you are no longer together? Or do you consciously ignore them because there's no other choice? Your mind tells you to move forward, and your heart follows. Perhaps it's because each of us is at the center of our own little worlds, and sometimes those worlds intersect with others, leaving a part of them changed. The collision can mess with us, change us, and push us in different directions. Sometimes we become close, and other times we pull away because it feels safer to let go of what we thought we knew. Either way, it's certain that you'll grow. You'll learn more about love and the kind of pain that only comes from having an empty space in your heart, an empty spot in your bed, and an empty chair nearby. Whether or not that hole will ever be filled by the person who created it, I don't know. Whether or not anyone else can match the impression left by someone who was deeply connected to you, I'm not sure about that either. We all start as strangers. We find people who captivate us for reasons we can't explain. We discover souls that seem to be made from the same stuff as ours. We often see our family, friends, partners, classmates, and co-workers in a way that makes it seem like they've always been a part of our lives. We're just waiting for another universe to come into contact with ours, to alter what we can't change ourselves. It's fascinating how we notice that the storm eventually settles, but now we see the stars differently, and we can't predict whose impact will bring that change for us. We all begin as strangers, but we tend to forget that we rarely get to choose who ends up becoming a stranger to us as well.